Yo, what's going on, fellas? Happy Thursday morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Morning's off to a good little start. It's time to take a little bit of break. Set that phone down, prop it up, grab that breakfast, and let's talk some sports and talk some sports betting as well. I'm in a really good mood because I just saw our tennis play. We got the second set tiebreaker. Well, he may actually win at 7-5. Either way, we're guaranteed to hit that over in Bublik and Struff. We needed over 21.5 games. After 9 games in the first set, the second set is currently right now at 6-5. Guaranteed to go ahead and hit that over. So love to see that right there. Hopefully you guys are having a nice, fantastic morning. Let's go ahead and make sure we go ahead and get in on to the recap from yesterday. Then let's talk about those couple of tennis plays that we've got in action. We've got 2 tennis plays. It's 2 parlays, 4 legs, and only one of those legs has been started. Obviously, it just hit the over, so there's still an opportunity to jump in on those 3 remaining legs if you haven't. And, of course, we'll go ahead and talk those here in a second. But let's toss that recap up from yesterday, where we do get to go ahead and ring that cash register. And we spelled Wednesday the only way you like to go ahead and spell it, Wednesday yesterday, at plus 1.45 units. And you obviously can see there on the recap with losing a unit in the tennis, baseball was good to us yesterday, plus 2.45 units in baseball alone, but overall plus 1.45 units. We, of course, talked about Nakashima and his loss and how it was a little bit comical yesterday and how he lost. So we'll skip that for the recap. Let's just jump on into that baseball and go ahead and recap that and remember those highs and lows from yesterday. What about that Blue Jays team total over 3.5? Some of these bets, you love to make them, you love to justify them on payoff pitch, and then you love it even more when it unfolds on the diamond, just like you talk about on payoff pitch. Alcantara, what was that overdoing at 7 even to begin with? I get Gosman. Like, Gosman's an absolute dog, and the Marlins don't hit right-handers all that well, so I gave out Blue Jays money line, and that obviously hit. The team total hit. Alcantara just doesn't deserve their respect for that line. That line just doesn't reserve it. We cashed that team total in the second inning as they got 5 runs, get 6 runs overall, and they win the game 6-3. So love to see that right there. We also did Rich Hill there of the Pittsburgh Pirates to stay under 18.5 outs and parlay that with the Royals NRFI. In terms of the NRFI, it was maybe a little sweaty. After 1 out, there was a double there by Bobby Witt Jr., but then he got stranded on second base as the next 2 guys get it out. So the NRFI hits. And then Rich Hill, that part was a little bit sweaty. And it kind of takes me back to Jack Flaherty on Monday, right? People were questioning, well, why did he come out for the 7th inning? Again, you can't really blame the manager. While he did give up 5 runs, they were in the innings 1, 2, and then it was just donuts after that. 3, 4, 5, 6 were clean innings. Shit, run the man out there if he's got a good pitch count for the 7th. Why not? Obviously, we hated to see it because it sunk our under 4.5 Ks. But Rich Hill, that one was sweaty because while he had given up 3 runs, they were all isolated to 1 inning. And everything else around that was good, clean innings. And his pitch count was low. Into the 6th inning, he was only at 70 pitches. So we didn't really need runs by the Cubs in that 6th inning. What we needed was just obviously to run his pitch count up. They did that and more as they tack on more runs and drive that pitch count up in the process, which actually knocked him out before the 6th inning could complete as he went 5.2 in his pitch. So love to see that one right there. We did get tripped up by Andrew Abbott, and that was one of the million times this year. It seems like you bet something that's never happened this season. He had never gone over 6.5 Ks. Not only had he never gone over 6.5 Ks, he's only had 3 starts, but his Ks were declining in each start. Started off with 6, then went to 4, and then went to 2. So you could take the under. He'd never gone over 6.5 Ks. Well, he went 10 Ks yesterday up against those Colorado Rockies. He had himself a nice little start yesterday, so that was a loser. But then we bounced right back within that same Cubs game and the Pirates game. Took the Cubs on the F5 money line. Just too big of a discrepancy in terms of hitting advantages that the Cubs had, and obviously starting pitching with Hendricks going up against Rich Hill. Complete mismatch in starting pitching and offense. So that was a no-brainer. They won that easy. I think it was 3-1 after 5 innings, so that was a good cash right there. We did get tripped up again with our Cardinals-Nationals over 9. That bet had no chance in hell. There was only 3 runs in that game total. The Cardinals got shut out. I, of course, liked the Nationals on the money line, like I've talked about all week on the payoff pitch. That's why I wanted to do the over, though, because if you like a dog, you kind of like an over. You figure the Cardinals are going to continue surging on their hot hitting, and then if you like a dog, well, you're obviously expecting them to score some amount of runs. It just didn't unfold that way. So it's just a good old sports betting loss. But then our night ended with 2 good cashes, and to send us into profit for the night, we did that Red Sox team total over 3.5, and that one, you're just dialed into that series completely, right? Told you to hit the money line on Monday, cash. Told you to hit the money line on Tuesday, cash. And while I said I liked the money line again yesterday, I said, look, 4-game series, it's hard to beat somebody 4 games. Like, the numbers should suggest the Red Sox are going to win all 4 games, but of course that's not going to happen in reality. So pivot off the money line and let's go to the team total, and we don't have to worry about them winning the game, but we expect runs off Sonny Gray and the Twins bullpen, and they go over 3.5 runs, so that one felt good yesterday. And then we did a winning pitcher no parlay. Michael Kopech there of the White Sox going up against the Rangers. Absolutely love that spot. We actually used the Rangers money line at -102 to streak to $85,000 on TikTok. Rangers weren't losing that game. Not with Perez, not with the hitting advantages, not with the bullpens. That was an easy one right there. And then parlay Kopech with Brady Singer of the Royals to not be the winning pitcher. They lost that game to the Tigers 9-4. Singer, I guess by his standards, pitched pretty decent. I think he went 6 or 7, not strong, but 6 or 7 deep into that game. And like I said, he's always going to give up runs. That's why we take him as a winning pitcher, no. But I think he only gave up 4 or 5. Again, by his standards, that's a pretty good outing by him and gave the Royals some pretty good lanes. So either way, though, he is not the winning pitcher, and we cashed that parlay. So when it's all said and done, what is that, 5-3 and plus 1.45 units? Love to see that right there. And then we scraped up some massive amounts of arbitrage money because we did a 4-legged parlay. We did Blue Jays money line, Rangers money line. We did the over in Twins, Red Sox, and then we did Athletics plus 1.5. Athletics plus 1.5. Where can you always get those picks that go in free rolls? They're always the leans on payoff picks that just don't quite make the official card. That's all they are. They're the leans on payoff picks. Felt damn good to hit a 10-1 parlay with you guys last night. Get us some arbitrage money, and we're going to go and use that sucker today. Maybe we don't spend all $52 today, but let's keep trying to flip that money so then we can eventually add it to our bankroll and up our unit count right there. So, all right, guys, good day. Again, just really happy that it happened for you guys first and foremost. Quite frankly, obviously, you've been going through the stretch you've been going. You have a good day. You love to see that right there. All right, what are some of your best bets today? What are you guys on today? Drop it in that comment section. And while you guys do that, let's talk tennis, and then we will go to that comment section. We've got 2 tennis plays today, 4 legs, 2 parlays. Let me just pull up Twitter just so I actually give out the right plays. I don't want to misspeak. So the first play that we already hit the over, Bublik and Stroff over 21.5. Yeah, you unfortunately can't get that anymore. Did he force a tiebreaker? Yeah, so it's in a second set tiebreaker. Love to see that right there. I actually personally bet, I was going to give this bet out, but it was a little too juicy, over 0.5 tiebreakers at -148. It looks like I just went ahead and got that cash, but I didn't leave you guys hanging because we went ahead and did the over, so I would never leave you guys hanging. So we hit the over with that. We parlayed it also with the over, and this match hasn't started. Dimitrov up against Cherundolo. Cherundolo, Dimitrov, we did over 19.5 games. So that's the second leg in that parlay. And that parlay comes in at -118. And then the other one that's at -109, definitely jump on this one. It has not started. Both legs are still haven't started. Rublev on the money line. Both of these guys aren't the greatest on grass, but Rublev is better on grass, and he's by far the better player. So I'll take Rublev on the money line. And I'll take Greek Sport to go ahead and at least win 1 set. Guy's an impressive, hasn't lost yet on this grass court season. Obviously, we're only in the second tournament of the grass court season, but he's already picked up a trophy of some size. I don't know what size trophy it was, but he already picked himself up some shiny hardware. I think he's at least going to knock off a set there from the Polish guy. Just skipping the pronunciation of his names because that's how I roll. So yeah, parlay those 2 suckers. That one's -109. Let's have ourselves a day, fellas. Let's hop in that comment section. Hope you guys are doing well. We're going to have fun on the payoff pitch today. There's 8 games on today's MLB slate. Let's just talk all 8 games. Then we'll do the menu in terms of this is the picks I would have given out and around the bases. This is what I would have given out and shut up and pitch, keep swinging, long shots, etc., etc. And then obviously there's not going to be a rapid fire today if we're just going to take each game individually and run through them. We like to do that sometimes when there's a small slate with 8 games today that fits that criteria. So that's what we'll do on the payoff pitch. All right, let's hop in that comment section. You know what? It was actually really cool last night, and I remember a few of them from Cole. You guys have been taking my leans lately and making them plays with yourself, and I bet every baseball game every day. I've mentioned it on Payoff page. I've mentioned it on TikTok lives. Every rapid fire lean, whether I like the money line or the over, under, more, I bet every goddamn game. There's gonna be one days where I don't want to say rip the Band-Aid off, but I'm just gonna bet it all. I'm just gonna bet it all and make them all official plays. The leans they're popping. They're popping. I was love to see Cole and his energy last night on Twitter. Love to see that right there. Morning to Jet. What's up, my man? NBA draft tonight. Who the Nuggets going to get? I couldn't tell you who's going to go in any order. Obviously, I don't follow the NBA. Wembanyama. I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name. Again, I don't watch these TV shows that a lot of people do, so I've never heard his name pronounced by anybody. I don't watch any of those kind of content. So, Wembanyama, is that how you pronounce his name? Obviously, the number one draft pick, certainly for sure, but he's already got some injury concerns. Makes me a little bit nervous with that guy. But, Brian, you got to get that broom out? Let's do it, Brian. Hope you're doing well, Brian. Brian, I'm excited for next week. I'm going to be making live content down at the NASCAR Chicago Street Race next Friday. I'm going down there for practice, Brian. I'm going to be streaming live. I cannot wait to get down there, just to smell the exhaust, just to hear the engines and everything vibrate off the buildings and echo off the buildings. I cannot wait till next Friday. William and I know we haven't done Highline podcast in a long time. We are going to do an episode next week for the first ever NASCAR street race, so that'll be coming. I think we were doing those on Wednesdays, so we'll probably pick that up next Wednesday afternoon, preview the race, and then again, I'll have live coverage down there on Friday. I cannot wait to do that. Tim, what's up, man? Top of the morning to you, whatever you call that. Morning, Tim. Hopefully you're doing well, my man. Hopefully you're doing well, Tim. Yeah, I'm be showing the cars more than my face for sure. I'm expecting it to be pretty damn cool. Cars going 90, 100 miles an hour down Columbia Drive, then they're going to hit the braking zone, turn, then run up down Lakeshore Drive. I'm going to be showing the cars more than my face, but yeah, I hear you, Brian. I get what you're generally saying. So that's it, fellas. That is going to be it. That's going to be it. Let's see what's going on in tennis, a tiebreaker. So let's see. It looks like Stroff is going to go ahead and win this tiebreaker, so that's going to go to a third set. So that over is going to hit very easily. It's a toss-up. If you're trying to live bet the money line in that, there's a reason why I took the over and not a money line in that game. Obviously, if there's a match where I think it's a little bit of a coin flippy, but I'm expecting, if not 3 sets, certainly 2 sets that are super competitive, then I go ahead and take the over. In this one, we didn't need the third set to hit the over. We got the over to hit in the first 2 sets. Yeah, I wouldn't live bet Bublik, Stroff, money line. I'm kind of curious what it is. I'm going to get a live look at the line right now, but I wouldn't. It's a coin flip. It's plus 10. It's actually, it just changed. Minus 115 up against minus 115. I watched a fair amount of that before I had to run my son out to summer camp this morning. It's been coin flippy the whole way, so yeah, don't do that. Let me. You're not sure if it's mid-June or late October here in Kentucky with this weather. Oh, that's funny. Is it changing that often and confusing? You get a day of warm and then you get a nice little fall day. Oh, man. We thankfully here in Chicago, we have been basically 80 degrees every day, mainly upper 70s, but call it 80 degrees. We've been like that steady for 2-3 weeks, and I love it. That's a great comment. That's a great comment there, Tim. I like that one. We've had 3 days of rain straight. Yeah, based on how the Nationals, and they're getting rain again tonight. The Nationals, I don't think the game will be in threat of getting any rain because they're playing an afternoon game, but there's going to be rain tonight in the D.C. area. So rain. Jared, what's up, man? Charandola and Greeksport, I agree from earlier. I like them as dogs. Yeah, those two, Jared, and I didn't mention it, but I took, you obviously heard the bets because you said you liked them. But those are the 2 best dogs today on the board by far. I like Charandola plus 3.5 games. I think I may take a stab if tennis has kind of gone my way and the hits are coming. I may add Charandola plus 3.5 games at, it's minus 1. I think the best price I saw was minus 116 over on Bet Rivers. But Charandola plus 3.5 games. He's likely going to go ahead and take a set. If he loses 6-4, obviously, or 7-5, obviously you're screwed at plus 3.5 games. But I bet he takes a set, But Dimitrov is good, though. And Dimitrov is good on grass, but Cherundolo, he's good on all surfaces. Like, it just doesn't matter. The dude's just competitive. I mean, he's just competitive. And Greek Spore, as you said, and as you agreed with the pick that I gave out, I mean, he's just on a good roll. He's just on a good roll. So, like you like to back, the Reds and the Giants and whoever in other sports when they're on a good roll, this guy's on a good roll. Hasn't lost yet on the grass court season, albeit it's early. So, let's get it, Jared. Let's get those cashes, my man. Let's get those cashes. Let's get them. All right, fellas, hang tight. I'll come back in about 5 minutes. I'll come back with the Hockey Squirrel, and we will talk some baseball. 8 games. Let's preview these suckers. I'm gonna get one more look here before we tune away. Oh, Struff won that second set in the tiebreaker, as it looked like he was going to go ahead and do. So that's on to a third set. So that one hit easily. So Rublev is 10:45. Yeah. It looks like it's maybe raining in Germany because they're playing all the matches under a closed roof one at a time. So the tennis plays will be trickling in all afternoon. We got plenty of time to tail them because with them going on one at a time and now this one hitting the third set, we got plenty of time to tail the tennis. Plenty of time. And Alcaraz, hopefully he can get his job done in early, and then Cherundolo can step on up and get it done. So I'm excited for the day, fellas. I'm absolutely excited for the day. Want to keep having another good day. Want to keep helping you guys out. So, all right, I'll be back in a handful. We'll come back with the squirrel. We'll preview today's MLB slate. Have a good one. Yo, what's going on, fellas? Welcome into the Thursday episode of Payoff Pitch, where we break down every single game on today's MLB slate. We do so with the Hockey Squirrel. I'm Jason, powered by Bet Openly, where you win more and lose less with Bet Openly. Squirrel, we're going to do things a little bit different today. Only 8 games, so let's just kind of talk about all 8 games in depth, and then, of course, we'll run through the menu pick-wise. No rapid fire today, but we, of course, want to get your opening thoughts and quick hits. What's up?
Well, I joined you on a TikTok live. Wow. Okay, I've got so many notifications going on here. I want to close all this stuff out. All right, dude. I got Discord and all kinds of stuff popping up. So,
Get it popping.
yeah, won 2.5 units yesterday. I joined you on a TikTok live a little bit ago, so that was kind of cool. We kind of compared notes a little bit for today. Some points of opposition, some points of I don't know.
Love to see it.
Consensus points, I suppose, between you and me, where we're thinking the same thing. I did something different today too. I know we're doing something different on the show, but I will not give these out here.
Okay.
They did go to the Discord members though, so if you're in the Discord, you might have seen some PGA bets come across the board today. I got 2 PGA bets for the first round. That starts in like an hour and a half for those. So teeing off with the Hockey Squirrel. It's a little bit strange, but there you are.
Yeah. A squirrel on a golf course. Makes sense. I did see squirrels on a golf course. So now you're dabbling in golf tips. I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it. All right, let's jump on into it. I'm excited for today. Just a good day. It's summer. Weather's good. I'll be walking over to the Hancock building a little bit later on today because they do free music from 12 to 1:30. So if you're in the Chicago area and you want to hear some live music and grab yourself a beer and talk some baseball, head on over down there. But otherwise, let's just go ahead and jump on into it. Let's just take these 8 games again. We'll break them all down. Let's just kick it off with them in order, where you've got yesterday's game that was rained out in Philadelphia. You've got the Braves taking on the Phillies today. Different pitching matchup, though. Braves have kind of shuffled it around. They're going to do Bryce Elder as opposed to the Phillies. They're going to go ahead and do Aaron Nola. I like the over. 2 great offenses versus right-handed pitching. Obviously, Nola's a little scary, and if you go look at his game log against the Braves, you can find good outings and bad outings, and I think that speaks more to Aaron Nola and how good he is, but then also really how good the Braves offense has generally been for multiple seasons in a row. So if I'm going to bet this, with both of these offenses versus right-handers in the top 6, I could really only get behind an over, and I think I would more rather take an F5 over, but I like it. The game under is falling, which makes me even like it even more because now I'm just going to get a better price on a bet that I like. Mm-hmm. But I like the over. If I had to pick a winner, I think I would certainly side with Aaron Nola, the better pitcher. And you're not getting that worse of an offense. The Braves offense is better, but it's not leaps and bounds better. So, yeah, give me the Phillies, I guess, but give me the over. I really like the over. What about for you, Squirrel?
Yeah, I really like the over too. And generally, I always tell you how I'm trying to beat the closing line, and I bet overnight because of that. So yesterday afternoon, I took the over, and it's not closing well for me, but I still really like it due to projections and everything you just talked about. And hey, if you signed up for that newsletter that I have, I was going to send out last night. The good news is the Philadelphia Phillies is what I took as well with the over. So I got that plus 117, and they're now minus 107 last I looked. So great line value on that one. Not so much on the over, but I'm still not super afraid at my number. I think I took it at 9, and it's already going to 8. So, yeah. I mean, if you haven't bought the over, I would absolutely recommend the over as it's gone down. I think it's just creating more value. I'm not really scared of it, to be honest with you. It sucks to not close well, but I still think it's the right side to be on it, and it's much better now at 8 or 8.5 if that's what you're able to get. So I would recommend it.
And even bullpen-wise, okay, like I kind of like the F5 over more than the full game over. But both of these bullpens right now are in the bottom 10. Now both of them got yesterday off, so all the bullpen arms are rested. But just simply stats perspective, you got 2 bullpens also in the bottom 10 right now. I want to talk about a player prop in this one real quick. Aaron Nola, his Ks is at 6.5. I was considering the under just because let me get the exact percentage here. The Atlanta Braves strikeout percentage, they're the number one team in offense, by the way, right now versus right-handed pitching. They only strike out at 14.8%, like is remarkable. But then you go do the game log with Aaron Nola up against these Braves, and while there's a ton of hitter familiarity, he also knows what these hitters suck at, and he's able to rack up strikeouts. And you see it in his game log over the past couple of seasons. So I'd maybe take a stab at that under 6.5 Ks, but I'm not actually going to really bet that. So that's where I side right there. All right, let's keep it all moving now. Let's pick up the other afternoon game where you got the Diamondbacks and the Nationals. Tommy Henry going up against Jack Irvine. Jack Irvine. Or no, Jake. No, it is Jake. Sorry. I only wrote down Irvine. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's Jake.
It's Jake Irvin. Yep.
Jake Irvin. Okay. First of all, repeat pitching matchup from a couple of weeks ago. So right off the top, we're going to, generally speaking, like an over. Tommy Henry, in fact, not only is it a repeat pitching matchup, he's going to see the Nationals now for the third time. The Nationals, we talk about how well they hit left-handers, great left-handed hitting team. Something has happened here in the last, obviously 10 days, because now they're hitting 195, and that's in 132 plate appearances. So you're getting an awfully good sample size right there. Their weighted runs created is down to 38. So familiarity, repeat would make me like an over. I think I'm just going to stick to the Diamondbacks in this one and just say, you know what? They hit the ball. They saw Irvine a couple starts ago, rocked him. They're sitting there at the 281 opponent's batting average. They don't strike out at 19.7%. Weighted runs created at 126, and they slug 486. I just want to take the Diamondbacks. They rocked this guy a few starts ago. I like their F5 team total.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of it, and I already knew this because of the TikTok live that we did a little bit ago. But always everything starts with a preliminary scan of the model, and then I dig into it beyond that. And the price has been falling a little by little for the Washington Nationals, I believe. I'm going to check the current money line. It's now, well, again, always depending on your book, but ranges from plus 125 to 130. I waited on it. I wanted it plus 130 yesterday. I waited till this morning and got it plus 137. So I did slightly better there. But I do think that that is my favorite underdog today is the Washington Nationals. And it's a team that you've been high on, as you said on the live earlier. And it's not like it can't win. I think it's some pretty decent value. So I'm rolling with that.
And not a big discrepancy in terms of bullpen. You're going to give the edge to the Diamondbacks, but not one that would scare you if you're like yourself, if you're on the Diamondbacks money line. I will say within this game, I like Irvine under 3.5 Ks. Kind of mentioned obviously all those hitting stats that the Diamondbacks are really good at right now. But also he only got 1 K in that start on June 6th. 1 K, and he went 4 innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 3 unruns, 3 walks. Again, Diamondbacks 19.7 K percentage. I like his under 3.5 Ks. Irvine hasn't faced an opponent. He's obviously new to the majors this year. We haven't seen what he's been able to do and how he's been able to attack an opponent for the second time. So that'll be new. But I'm going to trust what's generally working in baseball from a decade is the hitter familiarity. So I like him to stay under 3.5 Ks. I also like Tommy Henry under 17.5 outs at minus 115. He's under in 7 of his 11 starts. The first time he did not go under this, but the second time, shocker, hitter familiarity, he stayed under this 17.5 outs in that second start. The only thing that makes me a little bit nervous with that is the Nationals slumping. So what's going to win, the familiarity or the Nationals slumping? That's why I really just like the Diamondbacks more in this spot. So those are a couple of props within that game. All right, let's go to your hometown team. Let's talk about those Twins and Red Sox. Why don't you kick it off?
Well, yesterday I was on the over. I think it was over 8.5, something like that. Got it, though. Got it done. I think I knew it was over at 4-4, and then I had wanted the Twins. They fell all the way to minus 110, but I didn't force it, and they ended up coming through in the bottom of the 10th. So, well, that sucked. I just took my over win and got out. So, I was cool with that. I like the over again today. It's Joe Ryan, and I'm blanking on the other guy's name.
It's a bullpen day for the Red Sox.
Joey Garza. I don't know, something like that. Justin Garza is his name.
Bullpen day, but yeah.
Yep. So does this lead to potentially, in terms of the model, the Twins are kind of undervalued, but I don't trust the bullpen for shit. I mean, as far as I could throw anybody in that bullpen, I don't trust them. I'm back on the over again today. I do like it. I think the Twins will win. I really do. I think there might be a slight undervaluing, but it's tough to get there to pay minus 150 or more on a struggling team.
Yeah.
I mean, they barely pulled off the win yesterday. They dropped a bunch of games to the Tigers, and they're getting crushed by the Red Sox. They're lucky they won yesterday, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's a tough one. So just take the over.
Take the over? Yeah, hard not to like the over again. I was on the over yesterday, 8.5 in a parlay that I gave out yesterday, which that leg hit, the whole parlay hit. Yeah, really hard not to like the over again. In terms of this series, I've obviously been completely dialed in. Hit the dog on Monday, hit the dog on Tuesday, hit the team total on Wednesday. I would like the dog again today. They're in the Red Sox. You don't get Duran. You're likely not going to get Duran coming out of that Twins bullpen as he pitched 2 innings last night. So that's that's obviously their best arm. That's their closer, but that's like the guy. There's a reason they threw him 2 innings. Man, you don't hit that guy. He's really stinking good. So if you can avoid him, that makes me like the Red Sox, money line even more. The hitting advantages that we really liked on Monday, really liked on Tuesday, which is why we were really confident in the Red Sox winning those games as dogs. You still get the hitting advantage. It's just not as big and as massive today. So Twins have kind of closed that gap a little bit over the course of this series. I still like the Red Sox. They're going to go ahead and be the pick. And then I agree with you 100%. 2 good offenses. Red Sox really stinking good. Give me the over. And you said it was, what, an 8? Now, we're not doing rapid fire, so I don't have the numbers. What is it, 8?
I bet over 9 at plus 102. I got plus money on over 9.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing plus money right now, over 9, so like it. And I really, really can't imagine Duran coming to this game after pitching 2 innings. So, all right, we like the over in that game. Did you lean Red Sox? Sorry, maybe I missed that. Or did you lean Twins?
I lean Twins. Will not bet it at minus 150. It's tough. I think they win the game, but I don't think I can get there. Trying to say 60% chance.
Okay. All right, let's move it along here. We've got the Athletics taking on the Guardians, and the Athletics came through for us in that parlay yesterday. I like the Athletics plus 1.5. That hits as they lose the game 7-6. 2 left-handers on the mound today. J.P. Sears is going up against Logan Allen. So you just research left-handed hitting, and you see a massive gap in these teams' performances versus left-handers, with the Guardians by far exceeding the Athletics versus left-handers. Logan Allen is, generally speaking, going to be the better pitcher in this matchup. And, of course, we're getting the better bullpen there in the Guardians. But give that Athletics bullpen credit. Since that impressive win streak that elevated them up out of the cellars of the bullpen ranks, they've kind of carried that on into, even though they may not be winning, they're keeping games close. The bullpen is doing their job. So an advantage by the Guardians, but not a massive advantage. That's why I can't quite get there on the run line, just like the run line didn't hit yesterday, just like the run line didn't hit the other day when they won 3-2. This is close, but you are getting good hitting numbers, so I like the Guardians team total. Give me the Guardians team total in this matchup, and I would think the Guardians win the game as well.
I took the shot on the Oakland Athletics 2 days ago, and they've kept it really close in the series. We lost in the 10th, bottom of the 10th inning, the first day. Yesterday, I think they only lost by a run. It was they kept it close. Mm-hmm. Today, I'm interested in J.P. Sears, and I understand that the Guardians strike out at least, like they're not very high strikeout rate team, but Sears has a line of, if you want to pay an ungodly amount of juice, you can take it at over 3.5. You can take good plus money at 4.5. So he would need 5 Ks. He's already done it once against the Cleveland Guardians. I don't think it was super recent, but I did see it in the game log that he got 5 against the Guardians. He's certainly capable of it for the plus money. That's where the projection is. I may take a shot on the Athletics. I don't do this the night before because I just have the assumption that everyone's going to line up on the Guardians and dump a bunch of money in there and tilt the odds, and I will try to take it at or near game time. So, maybe in an hour and a half or something like that as we approach noon and this game gets closer to kicking off or pitching off. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I might end up on the Athletics. This is the only game today that I don't have a bet in.
Okay, this is the only game. All right, we'll see if we can't change that over the course of the show. You never know. I'm glad you brought up the strikeout prop angle because I was actually interested in Logan Allen going over. You mentioned J.P. Sears. there is hitter familiarity, as you mentioned. He already went up against the Guardians, but Logan Allen did not go up against the Athletics. The Athletics K percentage is 31.6. That's a number we absolutely love. So we love taking over in that spot. The Guardians, as Squirrel said, you're going up against it. There's a 16.1. Like even Squirrel said, like they just don't strike out. That one's going to be tough. But I would kind of lean Logan Allen over. Logan Allen over his strikeouts. And again, Squirrel kind of likes the Athletics. I kind of like the Guardians in that matchup. All right, we got another afternoon baseball game, the last one, where it's the Padres and the Giants. Boy, if I nailed this series, I just said take the Giants every day, and all they're doing is winning, and all they're doing is cashing plus money bets. So I'm going to still be on the Giants today. No concern in that one right there. You want to know why I like the Giants in this spot right here? Look at you've got Snell versus Wood, so two left-handers. Again, very easy to handicap this one. Batting average for the Giants, 318. Padres is 204. We've talked about this Padres team. Can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag, hitting 204. Giants slug 464. The Padres slug 449. Weighted runs created is where you get 139 versus 118. So what you're seeing there in those three stats is Giants hit, Padres don't hit. They both are bringing power to the plate, though, because the power stats, Giants are better, but the Padres are right there. So the Padres basically tell me they're just going to pop maybe a solo blast up against Alex Wood or maybe a two-run blast if somebody's on base, what have you. So I would definitely look at some Padres player to maybe go ahead and hit a home run. But overall, the course of 9 innings, of course I want the better hitting team, and of course I want the better bullpen in the Giants. Here's another thing that gives me confidence in liking the Giants. When was the last time we predicted a left-handed starter for the Giants and Alex Wood going up against a poor hitting team that can't hit left-handers, and we said Manaea would come in next, and he would come in. Manaea hasn't pitched since Friday. Wood's going about 4-ish innings, 5 tops, and then they're going to bring another left-hander because the Padres can't hit left-handers. You already know how this is going to work out. We called it right. So if you want to look at Alex Wood under 15.5 outs at minus 127 over on Caesars, that's a great play. He's not going out of 5 innings. They'll just bring in Manaea for 2 innings or what have you. I love it. Padres don't strike out, though, at 16.9%. They're not going to strike out against Alex Wood. They may not get hits hitting 204, but they're also not going to strike out. So I like him under 4.5 Ks. He stayed under that line in 6 of his 9 starts. He's under 15.5 outs. He stayed under in all but 1 start. I feel like I know, again, what's going to happen in this game. What about for you, Squirrel?
I like a lot of runs in this game. I'm on the over. That is 8.5 and plus 102 once again, I believe. Plus money or even odds. Well, we'll just call it even odds. So much like the Red Sox and Twins, the juice is to the under, but I like the over here in terms of a projection, in terms of line movement or the market response and everything like that. You have Blake Snell, who will strike you out, but also is usually good for a couple, as we always say. So. Yeah, I would expect runs. And
not to jump in, but the Giants team total is at 1.5 through 5 innings. And like you said, he's going to walk and give up a bomb. That looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. Anything else?
Nothing else. I was cut off, and I'm pissed. No, I'm kidding.
All right, we can talk about this game. I don't know how you bet a minus 365 money line on the Rays with Shane McClanahan going up against a plus 300 Royals throwing a bullpen day when we know how bad their bullpen is. Yeah. I mean, you can't even do the run line because that's minus 170, or minus 165. Sorry, minus 165. Are you taking Shane McClanahan to be the winning pitcher? I know we've done a lot of no-winning pitchers. What about McClanahan just to go out there and dominate? But the Royals don't struggle versus left-handers. So that's – I'm not going to say give me pause, but here comes the Royals offense, 8th best team right now versus left-handers, hitting 264.
Mm-hmm.
Not a terrible offense. They're not bringing much power to the plate. Yeah, I do think Ray's going to win this game. Ray's going to win this game by a fair little margin. I just don't like. How do you bet it when the odds team total? But I don't really like going against team totals when it's bullpen days and you're only going to see a guy for 2 innings and here comes in the next guy. So tough one.
Yeah,
for me. Anything, Squirrel?
the way I did it, I went with the under 7.5, and I think when we were on the live it was at 7. So certainly feel all right about that. Don't really expect.
I mean, Royals ain't getting more than
much.
Royals aren't.
I don't think the Royals are hitting.
They're getting 1 to 2 runs in this game.
it comes down to, are the Rays going to just absolutely shell them? You know?
That's why I can't be on an under. That offense is too good, and the
Right.
bullpen's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
trying to.
that's where I'm at. So I think Royals aren't going to hit, and we're just hoping that the Rays don't put up 15 runs.
Royals team total under 2.5. I'm showing minus 115. Like maybe that's a play. Like I said, McClanahan over 18.5 outs plus 110 looks pretty good. But the Royals hit 264. Like they're going to get hits off McClanahan. I don't think, this isn't. He's not going to breeze through this. They're going to get some hits. I don't know. Tough one. McClanahan be the winning pitcher? I don't know. I've never done a winning pitcher. Yes, like
I don't know.
Imagine
I'm on the under, and that's about it.
The what?
I'm on the under, and that's about it.
On the under, that's about it. All right, cool. Well, let's move it on along then. Like I said, that's a with those odds, that's a tough one right there. Let's talk Pirates Marlins. Let's get on into the night slate. Marlins taking on the Pirates. You're getting Braxton Garrett taking on Mitch Keller. You get a Pirates team that's pretty good versus left-handers. Marlins are a tick worst versus right-handers. Like, for example, Pirates hit 259, the Marlins hit 250. So you're talking pretty even there in terms of offensive standpoint. Bullpen-wise, neither one's all that really that great right now. Slight edge to the Pirates. Starting pitching, I'm giving the edge to Mitch Keller and how he's pitched before this season. So this is a bona fide dog of the day. If you want to take the F5 run line, you can get half a run at minus 130 on all the sports books. I think the Pirates will be leading, better starter, slightly better offense, slightly better bullpen. I also like Mitch Keller over 5.5 Ks. We've kind of been on that one recently. He's gone over in 9 of his 12 starts. His one miss was against a repeat performance against the Reds, so it's easy for us to sit here and justify why he didn't go over in that start with it being a repeat. So I like over 5.5 Ks. The Marlins don't have a bad strikeout percentage, but you're really just backing Mitch Keller and whatever the hell he did this offseason to improve. We kind of talked about that in the season build-up. His velocity has been up, and he's been able to maintain that upper velocity so far this season. So Marlins don't strike out a ton, but I'm going to back Mitch Keller. I will say the other one, and this one I feel like I got to say because I think we talked about it. Was it yesterday we talked about it? Braxton Garrett and how he screwed us on that over 4.5 Ks, and then he's done nothing but go over since. The Pittsburgh Pirates strikeout percentage versus left-handers is at 16%. Makes me maybe want to take Braxton Garrett under 5.5 Ks at minus 110, but then you look at it, it's like, man, he's gone over, but Pirates don't strike out. Tough one right there, a little bit undecided. What about for you, Squirrel, in this game?
Another one that I don't think you can get now is going to be, I'm on the under here as well. I went under 7.5, and it's at 7. Granted, it's juiced to the over, but closing well there. I sent that one out at 7:40 a.m., so early this morning. But
okay.
I think good to go there. Same kind of deal as always. The model and the market.
I feel like when you talk about this game before we move off of it, you have to mention the NRFI. This is by far the NRFI of the day. We know why we always pick on the Marlins. These pitchers aren't like phenomenal in the first inning, so that may be the slight hesitation. They've each kind of what the problem is. They haven't given up a ton of runs, these pitchers, but one's opponent's batting average was 232, and the other one I think was 228. So they're giving up enough hits in the first inning. Both of these whips were around 1. It just makes you a little bit nervous that it could be traffic on the bases, and now you're really sweating your ass off. But we know the Marlins generally don't score. The Pirates also generally don't score in the first inning. This is the best NRFI of the day. All right, what is there? One more game today? Yeah, one more game today. Mariners, Yankees, over under of 7.5, minus 110 up against minus 110. Been on the Yankees this entire series. I don't know why you're jumping off with Brian Wu on the mound up against Domingo Germán. We've also been mentioning the under in this series, and with good reason. The Yankees are currently 27th in the major leagues. They're hitting 208, and the Mariners are 29th in the major leagues. They're hitting 187. Both of their weighted runs created are terrible. Both of their sluggings are terrible. Just two terrible offenses. That's why you're seeing the unders do nothing but cash. So I'd have to do rinse and repeat for me. Yankees money line in the under, but I don't think I'm actually betting anything. What about for you?
You'll hop off the Yankees when you get plus 105. and the no vig line's minus 105. So it's a positive EV play. So where I'm at, I bet plus 105. That was given out to Discord members, and it's minus 110 now. So cool with it.
Cool. I love that right there. All right, let's run through the innings and just run through our picks. Even though we broke down all 8 games, let's kind of run through the menus and tell you what you would have. Around the bases for me, I would have given out Braves Phillies F5 over 4.5. Still might add it to the card, but as of now, the public's kind of doing us a favor, so no rush. And I also would have given out Diamondbacks F5 team total over 2.5. What about for you, Squirrel?
I'll stick in the same game. I think it's early. The Phillies money line I liked, but again, it was plus 117. So those are the kind of steals you'll get in the Discord from HockeySquirrel.com. I was also on the over, which I'm not closing well in that one, but I would still suggest it now at the 8 or 8.5 that it currently is. So two plays in the same game there. I like those for overnight lines yesterday.
All right, for shut up and pitch, I would have given out Keller over 4.5 Ks, Irvin under 3.5 Ks, and Wood, I would have given out, obviously, both of his under 4.5 Ks and under 15.5 outs. I'm wrestling with playing the under 15.5 outs. That batting average for the Phillies, or for the Diamondbacks, or for Padres, he ain't going more than 5 innings. That's hitting. I'll give them both out and shut up and pitch. Under 4.5, under 15.5. What would you have given out and shut up and pitch?
One that you didn't mention, and I think it may be a bit of a struggle, and I don't know why I'm contemplating it so hard, is JP Sears to go over 4.5. It's plus 125 because I don't really want to pay minus 170 for over 3.5. That's to say you can find a book that has that, but I certainly can find a book for plus 125 on JP Sears over 4.5. A little bit contrarian, but as I said, I think I'm going to end up on the Athletics here today on the money line, and I'll back JP Sears as complement to that.
Okay, for 4th inning for log shots, I would have had a few dogs to give you guys. I will say before I did this, I don't know why I picked yesterday and why I did it, but I was like, man, what are the standings in MLB? I sit here every day and handicap baseball. But
oh, yeah, I never look at the – I mean, people would find that so interesting that I don't know the records of any team.
And before I did it, I kind of as I was going to the toggling through Google to find the standings, I was kind of thinking in my head this is who I think are in first. I nailed generally all of them, but actually the Diamondbacks were ahead of the Giants, which is a little surprising. This Giants team I've obviously been really high on. Giants today was obviously another long shot today. I mean, this is what are we talking about here? Red Sox today, I think, are another good dog, and Pirates. So I would have gone Giants, Red Sox, Pirates, and long shots. What would you have gone with? Obviously the Athletics would have gotten yours. What else?
Yeah, Athletics, I think I will get there. But the better of the two that I would have then is the Nationals, I think, at over plus 130. Yeah.
And you would have had Phillies. I mean, you gave them out yesterday in your Discord or newsletter at plus money. The fact that they're minus today and a favorite, you still got them as a dog.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Of things you can still get, though, we'll say the Nationals.
Oh, things you can get. God, you gave that a plus 117 yesterday to your members. That's minus 125.
Yeah.
Dude, you're killing it.
I had it modeled at minus 115, and when I saw plus 117, I grabbed that. Yeah, I had to make sure that I wasn't flipped backwards. Right. I had to run it a couple times. I was like, damn, is this?
When you bought that at plus 117, was it Elder or was it TBD or was it Shawver, whatever the hell his name is?
Quite sure it was Elder because I think yesterday was Shawver, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, they're throwing him Friday now against the Reds.
Yeah, so it was Elder and Nola, I'm quite sure, yes. Because that's what I remember typing into my
the book's messed up on that one. You got a great line, Squirrel. You beyond deserve. With Elder, Nola hitting slightly worse for the Phillies, not that worse, 2 shit bullpens. You got a good one right there. But
hey, I'm taking a look at this. You might have mentioned it going back to the pitching props. Did you say something about Aaron Nola?
I was trying to make a case for his under on his strikeouts, but I can't get there with this game.
Take the under, and here's why. If you look at the pitching and batting matchups, right, they're tagging the shit out of him. The whole Braves squad really is. Darno, Ozuna, Albies, Acuna, and Riley all beating the shit out of Aaron Nola. On top of it, though,
the problem, yeah, I mean,
the projection projection, in terms of like a data science side of things, I see plus 106 at bookmaker being the best line, but projection is 6.1 strikeouts. So to get plus money under 6.5 is the correct play there. And then you look at the exact pitching versus batting matchup. A lot of familiarity. I mean, these guys have 30 to 50 at bats against them. They're getting, stacking up 15 to 20 hits on them. Quite a fair amount of strikeouts, but some of these guys have 350 or 400 batting against Nola. So I certainly would take the under there.
All right, you brought it up, so let's go a little bit deeper. I dug into this game pretty heavy with the Aaron Nola side, so let's dig into it. You're right. Everybody's going to tag his ass. He faced them earlier a few weeks ago. He gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 home runs, 2 walks. Got lit up by the Braves, but he got 7 strikeouts. So let's go back to 2022, because, again, I did a deep dive on him. He gave a 6-inning start, only gave up 6 Ks. Then he's got another one, back-to-back starts against the Braves, got 8 Ks, 8 Ks. Then he went another time in rotation, in 2022, 6 innings, 7 Ks. Then he went 7 innings, 8 Ks, 8.1, 10 Ks. And a lot of these, he's getting hit and giving up runs, but he gets the strikeouts, which makes me nervous. So that one I wrestled with. That's why I just like the over more, because you've mentioned the familiarity a few times today. That's why I just really like the over. I think you said you liked the over too, right?
I'm not scared. It's one bet and it's the right bet to me. and
like it.
That's, I don't know. I don't think you can be, you can't be that guarded, that afraid. I mean, you're seeing what you're seeing, and it's like, okay, basically you're taking a risk, Jason, that you're going to lose on the hook.
He's in the 6 to 8 category. I agree. 6, 7, 8, somewhere. Yeah. So basically on the hook.
So, are you going to be chewing your nails and clenching your ass cheeks at 6 strikeouts? Probably. But
seems like I do that with all my bets. That's why the sports books are so good. They nail every line. It seems like spot on. Yeah, just an interesting game. All right, and keep swinging. We mentioned the hitter familiarity here in this Braves-Phillies game. I would have given out Austin Riley, who's 20 for 48, hitting .417 off Nola with 5 home runs. I'm going to give up Joey Wendell. I love guys that don't use gloves. I went to that Marlins-White Sox games a couple Sundays ago and fell in love with Wendell stepping in that batter's box with no gloves. Well, he's 4 for 6 off Keller. All 4 of those things are singles. Give my man with no gloves some respect. So, would you have given out anybody and keep swinging?
Probably not, because I never got to it, and I have so much volume and other things. I now have bets in every single MLB game today. I have tennis, women's tennis. I have PGA, and I haven't even touched WNBA yet. And I think there's 3 games today. There are. So. Yeah, I don't need, batting props right now. It feels like a volatile stretch to take batting props. You get robbed of Jorge Soler home run. That's where I draw the line.
Look, we can piss and moan for one day. We can't piss and moan for 2 days about that bad beat. Now you're just bringing up pain, Squirrel. What about It's a Steal? Obviously, I would have talked about the NRFI and Pirates Marlins. What would you have brought up?
Well, I mean, obviously, as we've already talked about, the Phillies is a huge steal. That's nuts. But that's the other thing, plus 105 on the Mariners being minus 110 now, I would call it a steal, being that it's beating what the no vig line is. So and that's minus 105.
All right, for coming to a stretch, that's our best bet of the day. I would have given out, and I was between the Diamondbacks F5 team total over 2.5, or I'm wrestling, do I double dip on Alex Wood and do under 15.5 outs at minus 127? I'm already locked in, obviously, on his Ks. I did give that one out on Twitter at even money. I'm going to give out that Diamondbacks as my best bet today. Diamondbacks F5 team total over 2.5.
Everyone likes to root for runs. I would give out any number of overs, I think, if you're looking for. I really do like the Braves and Phillies over. You like it. Padres Giants over looks fine, and the Red Sox and Twins with the shitty bullpen and expected hits and stuff. So we'll say either Red Sox and Twins over 9 or the Braves and Phillies over what is it now? Is it at 8?
What's it? I don't know. I'm not in my
The Braves and
sportsbook.
Phillies. I'll check for you here. It's it's at 8. Go take the Braves and Phillies over 8. That's my best bet.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just agree completely. And then we would have done double play. Double play would have to give out a parlay, and then we'll reveal all of our bets, of course. My parlay hit yesterday. Blue Jays Rangers plus 250. What would I have given out today? Is that where you throw in the Rays? Just as a juice reducer, call it. So is this the Rays money line as a juice reducer, parlayed with?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
That's funny. Plus 300. Maybe you do Guardians. Maybe that's how you get the Guardians down from minus 170. Maybe let's see what that is. Guardians Rays. Let's see.
No, not the Guardians. I'm on the Athletics.
Plus 102. Plus 102. I will do that. I do like that's a big left-handed hitting advantage, and I think Allen is better than Sears. So I'll do that. Guardians.
Imagine the Royals win today, though.
I swear I can't bet it. I mean, how do you even? Yeah, like I said, I don't know how the hell you bet that. What's your part?
All right, let's see. Juice reducer. Who do I like other than that?
Come here, buddy.
It's tough, dude. It's a tough day. It actually is kind of tough to trust a team enough to make a parlay like that.
I trusted those Blue Jays and Rangers. I saw Cole hit me up on Twitter. He took my double play yesterday. I obviously, as I said on all these live platforms, this or TikTok, I bet every game every day. Of course, I bet my double play every day. And cash yesterday plus 250. Hell yeah.
I never bet a double play still.
I am going to go look up this F5 over and Braves Phillies real quick. I may add that to the card. And then Alex Wood under 15.5 outs at minus 127. That may get added. That may get added. He's not going. They're gonna. I really feel like they're gonna bring in Manaea. I feel like I know exactly how that game's gonna unfold. So I kind of want under 15.5 outs, minus 127. What's that F5 over in Braves Phillies? Because I mentioned the public doing us a little bit of a solid there. Yeah, now you can get it at 4. And I was gonna maybe earlier tweet it out at 4.5. The public seems to be hammering this under. And driving, obviously, full game and F5 under down. I like this over 4, minus 135, and I can push. I like it. Jared asking Phillies in the over. Yeah, that's how both of us would lean in that game. Well, hell, Squirrels bet them both. Right now, they're 2 leans for me. I'm contemplating adding the F5 over. If it stays at over 4, all right, let me see what MGM's got. MGM's... I can already tell you right now, just from betting a gazillion times, FanDuel's going to be at 4.5 and Barstool's will be at 4.5, but you'll be able to get that 4 on DraftKings. And MGM, they give out like a ladder of numbers. They have over 4 at minus 140. So DraftKings is the best price at minus 135. Just stay with me on Twitter, fellas. I guess I've got another hour to decide, but at this point, might as well hold out. Maybe the public will keep doing me a favor. Maybe I'm not saying I'm going to get to 3.5, but maybe I can get to over 4 with less juice. Is what I'm thinking. It won't fall to 3.5. There's no goddamn way.
All right, man.
Okay. All right, Squirrel. That was fun.
Get on with my day here, and I'll see you for the Friday edition of Payoff Pitch.
All right, everybody, and we'll do the same with you guys. Enjoy your day. Come on back tomorrow, live at 11 a.m. Eastern. Good luck.
Have a good one, buddy.